What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. All right, we're going back to Bruce Springsteen. Yes, indeed. Bruce Springsteen Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of February for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, JFK. Hope you enjoy the show, man. JFK wanted to see me react to this is Bruce Springsteen with a song entitled 57 Channels. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold everything, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bruce Springsteen, no surprise there, and the video has 69,000 views. Yeah, it seems a little low for Bruce, but I mean, it'll still get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Bruce Springsteen, 57 channels and nothing on. Boy, ain't that the truth. From In Concert MTV Plugged. Yeah, I heard the story about that. It's a good story, actually. It's pretty entertaining. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
House in the Hollywood Hills with a trunk load of $100,000 bills. Man came by to pick up cable TV. We settled in for the night, my baby. We switched around to Heaven Storm, but there was 57 channels and nothing on. 57 channels and nothing on. Doesn't all matter when you find American history says nothing is happening. What do you really wish? Is the president out of his mind? Well, now home entertainment was my baby's wish, so I hopped into town for a satellite dish. Tied it to the top of my Japanese car. Came home and pointed out into the stars. A message come back from the great beyond. 57 channels and nothing on. 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 Now, smile. Of course, when we start with every morning.
This is a weird one. This is a weird one. This is, I feel like this might be the most rockin' tune I think I've ever heard from Bruce Springsteen. I wouldn't go as far as to say, you know, hard rock, but it's definitely one of the most driving songs I've heard from Bruce, that's for sure. One of the most energetic songs I've heard from Bruce, that's for sure. It's definitely got that edgy feel to it. It's got that rock feel without question. I'm digging the tune for the most part. There's a certain element of the tune that I'm not the biggest fan of, but we'll talk about that later. The live show looks good. We've seen some crowd interaction. I guess we've seen some stage interaction. He's been motioning to like the backing vocalist. He's been turning around and motioning to them. And I saw him motion over to the percussionist and the guitar player as well. So I guess we can call that stage interaction. Stage energy, he's moving around quite a bit. I mean, overall, what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing so far is really good. Okay. I'm not going to say great, but I will definitely go in on record and say really good for everything so far. There is an element that I'm not the biggest fan of, and we will talk about that. You know what? I'm going to say that for the review. Let's say that for the review. Let's get back into this and let's see how this continues. Hey!
Is the president out of his mind?
Probably not easy being a sea lion off the North Telephone because
we're not around people. We're not around people. We're not around people.
well, North City Wow system is gone.
Not want to jeopardize the profits of industries that promote the artists. Are you man enough to wrestle the most beautiful girls in the world?
Steel cast in a blessed name of Elvis, I just let it pass. So my TV laying pieces there at my feet, and they busted me for disturbing the almighty peace. Judge said what you got in your defense, son. 57 channels and nothing on. 57 channels and nothing on. 57 channels and nothing on. Well, I can see by your eyes, man, you're just about gone. Channels and nothing on. 57 channels and
40% of Americans say Murphy Brown is like a better concept compared to Wales, 38%.
I'm hungry. Is the president out of his mind?
You have sex, you use condoms, so you don't get AIDS. What can I do to help? Let them know, it's all in. Let them know. Fire all baby, fire all baby, fire all baby.
A damaged world. They are inheriting a damaged world.
Prejudice hurts. Prejudice hurts. Prejudice hurts. Prejudice hurts. Prejudice hurts. Prejudice hurts. Prejudice hurts.
This is definitely an interesting one. You got the score, and then the score comes up, and then the score comes down, and then it comes back up again. And I gotta figure out where that score is gonna land and come up with reasons to support it. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bruce Springsteen with 57 channels. This was a request from JFK, and this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of February for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, JFK. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, I have a score. I do have a score. It makes perfect sense, but it is gonna need a little explanation, okay? So I'm gonna try to keep this as short as I can, but I'm not gonna make any promises that that's actually gonna happen. Let's start with the score and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am gonna give that a 7.3. Yup, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.3. What does that mean? Well, a 7.3 would equate out to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good presentation, okay? It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, 7.3, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? That's interesting. So glad you asked. It's a really good song. My opinion of the song never changed. Okay, I felt this was a really good song right from the get-go. I would honestly, if I were to just give this score just without taking anything into account other than the songwriting and the arrangement of the song itself, this would probably be 7.2, 7.2 range. It felt good. It sounded good. It was a hard rock and driving tune. Nothing all that impressive in the songwriting, but it definitely had that vibe and that drive and that feel and the energy, and it felt good. One of the most rockin' tunes I think I've ever heard from Bruce Springsteen, if I'm being honest. It felt good. I liked it. I liked the energy. I liked the drive. I was never bored. It kept me vested all the way through. So, how'd I come up to a 7.3 then? Well, that's where the roller coaster begins. We came up and then we came down. The live show helped. It did help. It didn't help a ton, but it helped enough. Let's go down the checklist. Let's talk about what we saw on the live show. Stage presence, check. They've never really had an issue with that. They look like performers, they act like performers, so they've got the stage presence hands down. Stage energy, I'm gonna give it a check. Not the strongest check in the world, but I'm gonna give it a check. The ladies were back there doing their two-step, like they always seem to be doing back there. Bruce was moving around the stage quite a bit and interacting with, we're gonna get to in a second, but he was moving around the stage several times around the stage, so I got no issue with that. It creates energy, so that's good. Stage interaction, check. I will give it the check. It was very casually done, but whenever he would circle around the band, you would see him interacting. You would see him, motioning to them, or communicating in some way with his bodily, motions. So, he would interact with the backing vocalist, with the arm swing, and then I saw him interact with the percussionist. I saw him interacting with the guitar player. So I saw him interacting several times. It was a very casual thing. It wasn't done with showmanship in mind. It wasn't done with any type of definitive attempt, like a definitive motion, a definitive point in time where like for example, if he and the guitar player were to go like back to back or something like that, that would be something. That would be very definitive stage interaction. But motioning. Well, it is interaction by definition. So I will give it the check. Kind of a weak check though. Crowd interaction. I saw him a few times go into the crowd, and high five people and stuff like that. So yeah, I will absolutely count that. So that's a check there. No problem there. Showmanship. Again, I'm gonna give it a check. It's a little on the weaker side, but I am gonna give it a check. He was playing to the crowd. He was. Guitar player moving from stage right more toward the center when he was doing his little solo. I caught that, so that's definitely showmanship. So yeah, it is getting a check. It's a little bit of a weaker check comparative to some of the other things that we've seen from Bruce Springsteen. I would bring that up from like a 7.2 to like a 7.5. But I gave it a 7.3. So how do we come from a 7.5 down to a 7.3? there was a factor in the song that honestly I felt was, if nothing else, it was a distraction. And I was really, at times, I feel like what was happening within the song was taking away from where the focus should have been, which would have been like a guitar solo or a percussionist solo or vocals or, you know, anything happening within the music itself. All of those sound drops.
Hey, wait a minute.
Now listen, I know the first thing people are going to say, well, you use sound drops in your show, and every time you release a video, there's like 4 or 5 sound drops in your videos. You're absolutely right. There are like 4 or 5 sound drops, and I do not try to deny that. I freely admit that. 4 or 5 sound drops used once for a grand total of 5 times that sound drops are used. This song had more sound drops going on it in just 30 seconds than I ever use in any of my videos. It was a distraction. You had sound drops on top of sound drops on top of sound drops on top of sound drops at a couple points. You had 4 different sound drops merging with each other. You couldn't even understand what was being said. And on top of that, like during a guitar solo, you're really gonna do that? During a chorus, you're really gonna do that where the backing vocalists are literally getting drowned out by sound drops, you know? I just feel like the sound drops kind of during certain points within the song, the sound drops became the focus. They became the main event. And I'm sitting there going, that's not what we're looking for though. We're looking for the music, not sound drops. So yeah, I mean, I really felt at times they became a distraction, and it took away, honestly, I feel like it took away from the overall value. If they had cut the number of sound drops by 80%, you know, and not keep using the same sound drop over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, I think it would have been, number one, less repetitive. Number two, I think it would have kept more of its shine. And number three, whatever was being said in those sound drops might have had more impact if they were just used once. You know what I mean? Rather than, you know, okay, for the sake of remembering it, oh yeah, show them what time it is. Hammer, 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 hammer. Show them what time it is. Show them what time it is. Hammer, 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 hammer. Could you imagine if I used my That's True soundbite? And I went, that's true, that's true, that's true, that's true, that's true. Man, you guys would get upset, wouldn't you? True. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. So the score came down. I took 0.2 of a point off from 7.5 down to 7.3. This is how we ended up at the 7.3. And this is why I was talking about a roller coaster. Roller coaster went up, roller coaster came down. And then roller coaster came back up again ever so slightly for the sake of the live show. You can take it however you want, you know. Take the live show into account, then take the points off, or take the points off first, then bring the live show to bring it back up to 7.3. Take your pick, doesn't matter. We end up at the same number. And that's how I came up with the 7.3. So there you are, that's how I feel, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap this up in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.3, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.